What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. First quarter of the NFL is done. 4 games in the book. We hit in the second quarter. Lions are 1-3. Green Bay Packers are 2-1-1. And this is the prediction video. Green Bay Packers come to Ford Field, Detroit this Sunday, and in a big game for the Lions. All right. If you didn't know, Green Bay actually came back and beat Chicago after Aaron Rodgers injured his knee versus the Bears. Then they had a draw with Minnesota. Then they went to D.C. and got beat up by the Redskins. And then at home, the Buffalo Bills, they beat them last Sunday, excuse me. So I believe they was at home versus the Bears, and they was at home versus the Vikings so far, I think. Aaron Rodgers, he had a little knee sprain or injury. He ain't been moving well. He been complaining about the play calling. I think Mike McCarthy is protecting him with some of the play calls. But I heard he moving better this week. Nick Perry, Detroit native, got a concussion. A few guys on the injury list. Randall Cobb didn't play last week. Their defense ain't that bad this year statistically, but obviously they haven't played a lot of world beaters offensively. I wouldn't consider the Bears a world beater offensively. I wouldn't consider the Bills world beaters. I wouldn't even consider the Redskins world beaters offensively, but they exploded for 31 points. I'm not sure if that was all offensive points on the Packers. Then Minnesota put up 29 points, which they didn't put up any points on the Bills. And, Minnesota been shaky, okay? But the Packers, defense-wise, man, they hit or miss. They know Lions very, very well. I mean, Clay Matthews. I mean, a lot of different guys on that defense. Kevin King's on the injury list, but they got Clinton Dix and some other guys in the back end. They're familiar with the Lions. Muhammad Wilkerson. They like the 11th in points with 20 points a game. They allowed defensively. 15th on rush yards allowed. So they have solid defense, and they always better when they play the Lions because of the familiarity. And our defense is always good, at least under Terrell Austin was playing the Green Bay Packers. He had the perfect game plan to stop the Green Bay Packers, but they are the Packers. They come to Ford Field. We got a leg up. It's a big game. If we're going to have any ambitions on scraping back in the division race, we're going to start with this game of beating the Packers at home. I believe if we lose to the Packers at home, I think you could chalk it up as no playoffs. I'm just going to keep it real. But, once again, the Lions, I don't know any major injuries. I'm just going to say this is Ziggy Ansah ain't going to play. Kerry Hyder still ain't healthy. I'm going to say that right now, okay? Ziggy may play. I haven't heard anything yet. Still early in the week. But for the Lions here, run the ball. Okay, this ain't the greatest run defense. Either got Wilkerson, I think Mike Neal, a few guys, up front that's good, but run the ball with Kerryon Johnson. I mean, let Kerryon Johnson, let the dog have his day. He should touch the ball 20 times this game, not just with 20 rushes out the backfield. Just stop the theoretic thing. Okay, stop it. Okay, he can't run the ball. Everybody know when he in the game, you playing for the pass. Let's phase him out. I'm sorry. And a lot of people might not like it. Let's phase him out. Let Johnson do the grunt of the work and let LeGarrette Blount get his hands dirty, short yardage, and occasionally on known rundowns probably. Okay? But what the Lions have to do in this game, okay? The Lions have to get back to what they did versus New England. Run the ball. But my fear is the Lions, Jim Bob Cooter can't continue to run the ball. It's just not in his DNA. He want to pass. That's why Stafford like Jim Bob Cooter here. But they got to run more, okay? Okay? They corners can't match up with our receivers. No 3 or 4 corners in the league can match up with our receivers. But Jim Bob Cooter's offensive game plan is just his hit or miss. It's more miss, but, I mean, it is what it is, man. They just got to run the ball. Stafford got to be on point. And the defense, I mean, Green Bay gets to the point where they got the same issue we got running the ball. They got a good running back in Aaron Jones, but they put the other guy in there. I can't remember his name. And then Ty Montgomery, They keep making this rotation. Now that Aaron Jones is back, they just won't commit to him. They're doing a running back by committee, even though I hear from Green Bay supporters that Aaron Jones is by far the best running back they have. So they have pass-happy offense as well, too. And defensively, we want them to pass the ball. That might sound crazy. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, but he's still hampered by a knee injury, getting outside the pocket. Maybe a little bit of an issue for him, even though he's moving better. But let them pass the ball and let our pass defense try to hold on with Nevin Lawson, Jamal Agnew, which I'll do a video about him later. Let them do what they do, please. Okay? If they don't want to run the ball, good. That's our weakness. Let's play good sound coverage. Let's play some good zone, mix in some man combo coverage, and let's wrap up. If Randall Cobb play, he's a good player, but I don't think what he once was, okay? I don't think so. A good player, Geronimo Allison, Devontae Adams, all good players. Jimmy Graham got an injury. He ain't what he used to be. The Lions have been better this year defending tight ends, but also don't forget Quadre Diggs is out with a fractured hand as well. Tracy Walker, I hopefully assumes that position over Tavon Wilson, who's been horrible this year with idiot plays and dumb penalties, okay? But I believe that the Lions have to contain Rodgers, keep him in the pocket, let him beat you from the pocket, try to get some sacks, blitzes, stuff of that nature with the linebackers, because that's who gets the blitzes. Now, if Ziggy play, it's a big if, but if Ziggy play, that's a good lift for us. I think it's a winnable game for the Lions. I think for the Lions, what Green Bay would have to do, I'm going to give Green Bay some love. What Green Bay would have to do is run the ball. They can't get pass happy. Run the ball, expose Detroit Lions' weakness, play action. That's it. Keep Aaron Rodgers healthy. He should have took a few games to get healthy off, but he didn't defensively. Green Bay just play the pass or play the run on the way to the pass. As simple as that. And wrap up and tackle. Don't allow yak. But it's going to be tough for Green Bay with our receivers if Stafford is on point, because I don't think they can match up with Galladay, Tate, or Jones. But at the end of the video, for the Lions, what the Lions must do to win this game is commit to running the ball with Jim Bob Cooter, calling the plays, play action. I think on known rundowns, after you get a rhythm of running the ball, start doing quick 3-step drops, maybe a smoke screen, quick slants. I think when you get into second and short, take some shots downfield, a lot of play action, everything should be predicated off the run from the beginning. Okay, everything should be going off the muscle of the run. And then once you establish the run, or they play you for the run on known rundowns, then you hit them with quick 3-step drops. Then you hit them when they in run blitzes or run defense. You hit them with screens. Then you hit them with smoke screens, bubble screens to go and take. You get creative. 3-step drops on first down. Get the ball out your hand quick. Then you get into second and short with some of your runs, your first down plays. Then you play action. Then you go to intermediate route, or you take shots downfield towards the middle to the end of the game. That's what the Lions got to do. Everything got to start with the run and the commitment to the run with Kerryon Johnson. And then when you're not running with Kerryon Johnson, keep him in the game and making a receiver back. Mix in a little bit of Blunt, but it should be majority of Kerryon Johnson getting 20 touches. I'm not just talking about carries. I'm talking about receptions. You see how he ran over Jeff Heath from the Cowboys. That boy's still on the ground right now. But for the defense as well, it's contain Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully the Packers get pass happy. Let Slay and let your defensive backs take over the game. And hopefully kept Devin Kennard. And if Ziggy play, they can get some sacks, contain Aaron Rodgers in the pocket. But ultimately, man, I'm going to go ahead and say the Green Bay Packers win this game, okay? I want the Lions to win it, but it's not my lack of faith in the Lions' run game. It's my lack of faith in the offense of Jim Bob Cooter, okay? It's my lack of faith in Jim Bob Cooter. I think it's a very winnable game. Every game they had has been winnable for the Lions. This is a very winnable game where you have the talent offensively. I don't think as much as the defense being the issue for the Lions. I know it's terrible, so it's the Kansas City Chiefs defense, but the offense hasn't carried this weight and hasn't equated to the talent that it has on that side of the ball, and I've been calling for Jim Bob Cooter to be fired. I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions 24, the Green Bay Packers 26. I think they beat us with a late field goal, and I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think the Lions are making progress, but I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers this week, man. I just think it's a tough battle. And I think Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers getting a little bit more healthier, It's going to be too much for Lions, just a little bit too much, but I got the Packers winning this one. It is what it is. Got to keep it real. You know, I'm always keeping 100 with y'all. But be on the lookout for the pregame show Saturday afternoon. We go live. We're going to chop it up, and I'm going to get y'all comments and feedback from y'all. We go interact. Motor City Sports.